From the WKYC studios, this is What Matters Most.
Tonight, the calm before the winter storm. It was a nice day to be outside in the sun, but what a difference a day will make. Heavy rain will give way to heavy snow, making for the first real winter storm of the season. Good evening, and thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm Andrew Horansky. Lena Lai has the night off. Our top story is the snow that is headed our way. Meteorologist Matt Wintz joins us now live with the first look. And Matt, you were literally talking about the potential for this last Sunday.
You know, Drew, we did mention it last Sunday night. I said this is something I shouldn't show you, but it was certainly on our radar. And boy, things have really followed suit this week in terms of that forecast. And really, our forecast here at Channel 3 has not changed all week. We're still seeing rain to snow tomorrow. And then the big event really moves in pretty much area-wide Monday night into Tuesday. So let's dive into the details. Our storm just now starting to come together. You can see all the heavy rain breaking out across areas of the Gulf Coast. The clouds that we saw making way for a beautiful sunset, it's actually off of our system as it continues to push in. So two components with this. You can see this big trough kind of carving itself out as you get down towards areas of the Gulf Coast. That is helping to spin up a surface low down towards Louisiana. Our other feature is this one. This is that cold air. Matt Standridge has been talking over the weekend how it's two components with that cold air moving in, meeting up with the moisture. And as this surface low heads in our direction, it will bring the moisture, and then we have that other feature that's going to bring the cold air. It's all going to come together to form a big area of low pressure that will change a lot of rain over to a lot of snow. So as a result, the Weather Service has issued a winter storm watch in our blue counties, winter weather advisories in the light blue counties. This all starts tomorrow later in the day. Regardless if you're under a watch, advisory, or nothing, we're all going to see snow out of this. But the stubborn clouds, those will be around tonight. In fact, you can see we start as rain tomorrow morning, and as we take you hour by hour with your National Design Mart forecast, you can see that rain overspreads the area in the morning. This is going to be an all-rain event for much of your Monday, but watch what happens as we get later in the day on Monday. That rain starts to change to a heavy wet snow from west to east, and by tomorrow night on into your Tuesday morning, we're talking snow and heavy snow across a good chunk of northern Ohio. That will continue as we tap into Lake Erie moisture, and it looks notably different around here on Tuesday into Tuesday night. And coming up in the main forecast, Drew, we'll talk snow totals and impacts for everyone here in northern Ohio coming up in a little bit.
I say bring it on. Matt, thanks. And, of course, our other big story tonight, the Browns beating the Jaguars. Maybe they made it a little bit harder than they needed to, but, hey, after all, a win is a win. Nick Camino joins us live now to break it all down. Hey, Nick.
Yeah, good evening, Drew. Yeah, maybe not the most memorable win of all time or the prettiest game of all time. You're not going to see it on NFL classic game films or anything. But as you said, a win is a win. And ultimately, the Browns got the job done to move to 8-3 on the season. Not going to lie, though, as we go to the highlights here, pretty tight down in Jacksonville for a little while. Let's go toward the end of the game. The Jags score a late touchdown to make it 27-25, but they need this two-point conversion to tie it. But Mike Glennon's pass to the end zone is broken up, and the Browns hold on to their 27-25 lead. But Cleveland still needs a first down to seal the victory, and on 3rd and 12 after a holding call, Baker Mayfield goes to Nick Chubb on a screen play, and he ices the game with this first down. And that's your ball game, your final score. The Browns hang on 27-25. They beat the Jags, and the Browns improve to 8-3 on the season. It was a tough, grinded out type of game, but you're going to have that from time to time in the NFL, even when you're playing a 1-9 football team like the Jags. For more on today's win and where the Browns go from here, let's check in with the voice of the Browns, our own Jim Donovan.
Well, you've heard of the phrase, you can never take anybody lightly. And I don't know that the Browns took Jacksonville lightly, but I'll tell you what, the Jaguars did not play like a team that was 1-9 as they played the Browns right down to the final down of the game. And the Browns hang on and win 27-25. Could it have been easier for them? You bet it could have been easier for them. A big fumble by Harrison Bryant early in the second half. A couple of missed throws by Baker Mayfield. A big penalty on Olivier Vernon for hitting the quarterback using his helmet. All of those things figured in. And oh yeah, the Browns not being able to get a yard on 2nd down, 3rd down, 4th down, late in the game. They could have put it away. But in the end, they rode Nick Chubb and Mayfield's passing and Jarvis Landry's receiving, and they get their 8th win of the year, their 3rd win in a row, and they're that much closer now to a playoff spot.
we still haven't played our best ball yet, and I truly believe that, but I feel like we're improving at the right time. And so for us to continue to improve and find ways to win at this point in the year, I think is the most important thing from a big picture mindset. But we just have to be better next week.
As a team, we haven't played a complete game yet. We won some games, and we've been in some battles, and a lot of one-score games the last few weeks. But I think if we put it all together, I think it's going to be something special.
Now we go into the choppy part of the schedule. Nashville is the destination next week. The Tennessee Titans, also 8-3. The team that embarrassed the Browns on opening day last year when the town was ecstatic over what everybody thought would be a Super Bowl-bound Cleveland Browns team. And remember, the Titans came in and spanked them to the tune of a 30-point loss. It will be a game that features great running backs. Derrick Henry for them, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt for the Browns, and hopefully Myles Garrett back in that Browns defense. They need him. But on this day, they win. They're 8-3. They knock off the Jaguars 27-25. I'm Jim Donovan, Channel 3 Sports.
Oh, great stuff, Jimmy. And, it wasn't that long ago that we were sitting here talking about an 0-16 Browns team. So we're not going to dissect and nitpick an 8-3 record right now, Drew. Let's enjoy this. Let's celebrate it. One news note for you. Right after the game, we got word that Dave Caldwell, the general manager of the Jacksonville Jaguars, he got fired following today's loss to the Browns. So it is a tough league, and it is what have you done for me lately? And we've seen that in Cleveland before.
Okay, Nick, thanks. We'll see you later in sports. And we have some breaking news to share with you tonight concerning President-elect Joe Biden. NBC News reporting that Biden is visiting a doctor tonight after twisting his ankle. The president-elect reportedly slipped while playing with his dog Major and injured the ankle. An official with Biden's camp says that out of an abundance of caution, he will be examined for it. Now let's get you caught up to date on the latest coronavirus headlines going on today. Tonight, the Ohio Department of Health is reporting 7,729 new cases of COVID. That's up more than 800 cases from yesterday. Also tonight, 22 additional deaths reported. New York City will reopen its school system to in-person learning and increase the number of days a week that many children can attend class, even as the pandemic intensifies there. Mayor Bill de Blasio said today that some elementary schools and pre-kindergarten programs will resume classes next week, while the plan for reopening middle and high schools is still being developed. And of course, after the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, many hospitals are now seeing an increase, a surge in the number of COVID cases there. Tiffany Tarpley joins us now with a look on what they're doing to prep for all of this. Hey, Tiffany.
Yeah, and Drew, they are expecting even more of a surge coming in the next couple of weeks. It's expected that this strain on hospitals is only going to get worse. Despite warnings from health leaders, there are people who got together with extended family and friends over these last few days, and the effects of that will likely be seen again in the next couple of weeks. Summa Health, which is based in Akron, is already preparing for what's to come. Starting on December 1st, most elective procedures will be postponed at hospitals. They've added overflow units, and suspending certain procedures allows for more space and staff to take care of the sickest patients.
All the healthcare systems, not just Summa, but all the healthcare systems have been here for you since this started, and we need folks to be there for us now. And so it's time to mask up. It's time to do those things. Our hope is it's just, through the early part of next year before we're back to business as usual. But time will tell, and it's dependent on a lot of factors.
And a look at what's happening at some other health systems in our area. According to its website, University Hospitals is open for all procedures that don't require an overnight stay. Cleveland Clinic is also doing scheduled non-essential inpatient surgeries that don't require an ICU stay. So it is important for all of us to really remember that hospitals are accepting these emergency cases. The surge in COVID patients doesn't mean you should not seek help for those emergency or even routine care. Drew, it's important we all continue to go to the doctor even during this pandemic.
Good advice. Tiffany Tarpley, looking forward to seeing you tonight at 11. And coming up next on Channel 3 News at 11, or Channel 3 at 6, Cyber Monday, how to find the best deals fast in this new age of holiday shopping. And home for the holidays with a special celebration in University Circle. We'll have a preview next.
What Matters Most is sponsored by the Calvetta Brothers Floor Show. It's time to fall in love again with your home.
Welcome back. Cyber Monday is expected to be the largest online sales day in U.S. history. Experts estimate Americans could spend up to $12 billion. That's with a B. A lot of stores have already teased their sales for tomorrow, including Walmart. Many of those sales will be starting tonight at midnight. Meantime, it's not exactly been the holiday season that we were expecting, but several institutions around Cleveland have found a way to keep the spirit of the season alive. We have teamed up with University Circle for our Home for the Holidays series, which begins this week. It features a week-long showcase of Circle Fest, showing you the best ways to enjoy your favorite places in Northeast Ohio, but from the comfort of your own home. There will be virtual experiences from your favorite museums and even the Cleveland Orchestra. Now remember to watch for Home for the Holidays and the events all week long right here on WKYC and online at WKYC.com. Up next, what local ski resorts are planning for the winter to keep everyone safe during the pandemic. But first, a live look outside on this Sunday evening. Quiet tonight, but some big changes are on the way starting tomorrow. Meteorologist Matt Wintz will break it all down for us next. While we are awaiting a snowstorm here in Northeast Ohio, take a look at what's happening on the other side of the world, a heat wave in Australia, where temperatures reached 116 degrees in parts of New South Wales, the country's most populous area. Closer to home, local ski resorts are getting ready for another winter season, but even with the storm this week, Boston Mills Brandywine says their opening day will still be December 19th, with passes going on sale on December 6th. And of course, we have been talking about this for days. We are tracking a winter storm which is headed our way. Meteorologist Matt Wintz joins us now with details on that. And Matt, what do you expect?
Well, Drew, I expect a very rainy Monday around here. We always get those emails and tweets saying, where's the storm, weather boy, and stuff like that. Yeah. Listen, this is going to start as rain area wide, and it's going to be a very rainy day tomorrow, but things will really start to go downhill. It's tomorrow afternoon and evening in our western areas, and then tomorrow night and Tuesday morning, that looks to be really the roughest part of this storm in terms of some of the snowfall rates as we get into the bulk of the storm as it's moving through. So we'll start with your winter weather alerts. Winter storm thunderstorm watches in the dark blue. The light blue is our winter weather advisories. All this happens tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night is when it goes into effect. Don't get bogged down on the details in terms of watch, advisory, all that, because we're going to break it down what the impacts are going to be for you. So here's our low pressure system. Remember 24 hours ago, this didn't look like much, but really starting to pull into that Gulf moisture. Now we'll see a delta low pressure is what they call it. Will develop in the Delta of Mississippi and head our way. Bottom line, this is going to supply the moisture as it heads north and east. At the same time, there's some very cold air. In fact, some near record cold air aloft for areas of the Tennessee Valley once this gets there. But that cold air is going to work into the system. So you see it's all rain right now, but as that cold air works into the system, it will change some of that rain over to snow, and that happens to be right over northeast Ohio. So let's take you through it detail-wise with your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. Tomorrow morning, waking up, this is likely what the radar will look like. Holly, Jason will be on it tomorrow morning as well. Our whole weather team on this system over the next 2 to 3 days. You can see the rain area-wide. Temperatures too warm to support snow. It's not just at the surface, it's aloft, up in the atmosphere. That cold air is not here yet. As we go through the midday and early afternoon hours, that's when that cold air starts to work in from the west. You can see the rain changing over to a wet snow, and it will be a heavy wet snow at times, especially out towards Erie, Huron, down towards Mansfield. Those counties all going to get some snow first before anyone else. Tomorrow evening, still likely rain downtown, still likely rain out towards the east. But here we go. This is our key time. Tomorrow evening on into the overnight, we'll see that transition area-wide as not just surface temperatures drop, but the temperatures aloft drop. At this time, as we go into Monday night and Tuesday morning, this is when we're going to start to tap into some of the moisture from the lakes. So you get your system snow. You also get heavier lake-enhanced snow. That's moisture that's already in place that gets added to by Lake Erie's moisture. That will likely enhance some of those snowfall rates. So we will have some of the heavier snowfall rates in our adjacent to the lake counties on Tuesday morning. That morning commute, if you still have to commute, looks rough. And notice how by Tuesday afternoon, most of the system snow is starting to leave. So we may break out into sunshine as you get back towards Elyria, Mansfield, Worcester, but we're still dealing with heavy lake effect snow out in the primary snow belt with that northwest flow. So how much? This is what we're thinking. Your Channel 3 weather team thinking anywhere from 5 to 9 inches plus in the areas in the purple, 3 to 6 for you down from just south of Akron down towards Canton, New Philly. And keep in mind, with lake water temperatures in the upper 40s, we'll likely see lesser amounts along the immediate lake shore, and we could easily see some amounts approaching a foot if all goes right. In terms of impact, we're in the high category for the snow and travel, and again, the bulk of that is going to be Tuesday. So if you have any travel plans Tuesday, that's going to be the rough part of this storm. So Monday afternoon to breakdown, we'll see some mixing west to 71. It's really in the evening that we see that transition to rain to snow. The heavy wet snow continues Monday night into Tuesday, and then Tuesday to Wednesday, that lake snow slowly starting to drift on out of here. So putting it all together with your Ken Ganley Kia 7-day outlook, temperatures slowly falling tomorrow. There's your snow on Tuesday. Beyond this, we'll clear things out on Wednesday. It looks good at this point, and then we have another weak system that'll slide through here on Friday. I don't see anything impactful after this, but we've got certainly a wintry start to December around here. All right, we'll continue to keep you updated, and speaking of updates, Nick Camino's up with more Browns news after the break.
This sports report is sponsored by the people-pleasing people at Serra Auto Park in Akron.
Great to welcome you back. Hope you're enjoying the long holiday weekend. I know you're enjoying this Browns football season, right? What a ride this has been. 8-3 on the season. The Browns looking for that 8th win today. And I'll tell you what, it was not easy to get down in Jacksonville. Here we go. Browns actually trailed 3-0 early, but they answer quickly. Baker Mayfield finds Jarvis Landry for 6 in the end zone. That was Landry's first touchdown of the season. The Browns go up 7-3. It was Landry's best game of the season. All right, let's go to the fourth quarter. The Browns looking at 4th and inches. They could pretty much ice the game with a first down, but Kareem Hunt is just short. I think that's by a chain link. Unbelievable. So Jacksonville has life. Mike Glennon hands it off to James Robinson. He's in for the score, so it's suddenly 27-25 Cleveland. Jags got to go for the 2-point conversion, but Glennon's pass to the end zone knocked down, and the Browns hang on for a 27-25 win. And yes, they are 8-3 on the season, and Coach Kevin Stefanski, he's proud of his team.
We expect anything, Tom. I mean, you're right, and that's okay. We're ready for it. We've played in a bunch of different games. We've had to find a way to win a bunch of different ways, and it's good. That's not going to change.
Oh, like I said, maybe the best game for Jarvis Landry this season. What a game for him. Led the team in receiving, 8 receptions for 143 yards, at his first touchdown of the year. And oh yeah, you can just tell he's been waiting for this kind of game.
I just trusted this team and kept my head up, man, and just kept working hard for the guys around me, knowing that it'll come. And it came today, and I just made every play that I possibly can get my hands on.
Hey, this was cool to see today. Browns Chief of Staff Callie Brownson making NFL history today, stepping into game day coaching duties. Callie coached Cleveland's tight ends, subbing in for Drew Petzig. Him and his wife had a baby this weekend. Callie Brownson continuing to make history. College basketball has tipped off. The Ohio State Buckeyes are in the top 25 near the start of the season here. They were in action today in Columbus against UMass Lowell. And I'll tell you what, with 9 minutes to go in the game, the Buckeyes found themselves down, but Dwayne Washington Jr. and the Buckeyes eventually pull away for a 74-64 win. They are 2-0 on the season. Love the job that Chris Holtman's done down there. All right, don't forget, tonight after Sunday Night Football and what's next, it's another edition of Sports Tonight. Can't wait to get into this Browns victory. Jim Donovan will be here with his take. Scott Petrak going to join us from the Chronicle Telegram. Got a lot to talk about, too. We got Ohio State. You know, they've got an interesting situation now, Drew, where they can't miss any more games if they want to make the Big Ten championship game. So that upcoming game against Michigan State is going to be very interesting. We'll see what happens with Ohio State.
Absolutely. Well, and the impact of COVID and how it continues to impact football as well. I mean, I think that is also another big sort of trump card in all of this. All right, Nick, thank you very much. And thank you for joining us. The NBC Nightly News is coming up next. Of course, you can catch us on tonight after Sunday Night Football, and then you can begin your Monday shopping online. Win-win. Have a great night.